Why I need an audio countdown, I have no idea. I mean, really, it's me who's recording, so I should know. The name's Strappy, Cplstrappi, and welcome to the Rage Quit podcast. I'm here today with Lucas.
Hello.
And Bradley.
Hello.
Coming up in the show is what Bradley's about to tell us, because I've forgotten already.
Oh my god.
Because we're brilliant at this.
I just spat across my computer.
Let's just keep that start.
Coming up in the show, we're going to be talking about games, movies,
You have
TV,
a list, Michael.
news. I'm reading off the list.
Okay.
Whatever. It's less games centric than the old podcast was.
We're gonna
Of which
talk
we
about
only ever
anything
did
that
one
tickles our
episode.
fancy.
Yeah, anything that tickles our fancy.
Yep.
Speaking of tickling, you see what I did there? That was pretty good, wasn't it? You see what I did?
Only because we know what's coming.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay. Well, basically,
Anyone dumb enough to watch this is gonna have no idea what the we're doing.
okay, so
More professional than any YouTube.
I was scrolling through my subscriptions list on YouTube when I noticed that a game existed called, what was it called again? It was,
I will get the link back up.
yeah,
Hang
get
on.
the link back up. I'm on the page. I'm just trying to
It
remember
doesn't
the name
actually
of the
say
game.
what it's called.
This may be one of the most important games of this year. I'm just gonna
Yes.
put that out.
Yeah,
doesn't
it is.
It doesn't actually say what it's called on the video.
It's called Action
Let's Phrase
Speak
It.
Night of the Ticklins, I believe.
Something
But basically, it's a fetish game.
in FMV, which
Yeah.
which supposedly died a long time ago.
Yeah, and it is a thing, and it was on Indiegogo. It didn't meet its funding goal by any sense of the word. It raised $134.
$134 out of $8,500.
However, they're still going to go ahead and make the game anyway.
2%, man.
And
If I get to the end with all the options that they'll
Yes,
give you if you
the
donate
rewards on
incredible
Indiegogo.
amounts of your money to them,
$1,500 allows you to become a featured extra, which you can be an alien or a torture victim in a I'll explain the plot quickly, as much as there is one. It's a choose-your-own-adventure game, essentially, in which aliens come down, capture people, and tickle them, possibly to death. That is the plot.
It's to those people who don't quite understand what he's talking about. It's a fetish tickle thing.
It's sexualized horror, apparently.
he's claiming it's not, but
Okay.
bullshit.
evidently is.
$5,000 will list you as an executive producer, as well as allowing you to have input in writing several scenes within the game's
story
arc.
arc in the biggest inverted commas you can find.
I love the fact it lists below these as well how many are claimed. 0 out of 2 have claimed the executive producer.
Has
one
anyone
wants it.
claimed the?
No one
I
has.
wonder why.
They haven't even raised that much. But yeah, this is the explanation of the game. The horror genre has been sexualized for years. The goal was not to do the typical horror sexualization with gratuitous nudity and sex.
Yeah, the known horror sexualization, which everyone knows in your
Because
Silent
when,
Hill
when
and
me
your
and
Five
Michael
Nights at
did
Freddy's.
his Halloween video.
Yeah,
we had-
have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's? I mean,
Oh my god,
Oh
that
my
game.
god, the
Freddy
amount of
Fazbear, I
strippers-
would.
The amount of strippers in that game is out of this world.
I don't think I've seen that doll yet. Is that like a rare Easter egg that appears?
You essentially have to stare at a bunch of children until they get really like. All the parents can find you a little bit paedophilic, and then the strippers come out.
Apparently, there's like if
That's
in
gonna
the
have to be
main
beeped out.
in the main room, if anyone's played it, there's like a picture of Freddy. Click on his nose, it will make you happy.
Okay.
Just do it.
So
It's
yeah,
like a weird Easter egg I saw in a video, and it's awesome.
Anyway, back to fetish wear.
I was interested in experimenting with the idea of things that some might consider sexual when put in a different context, and then displaying them in the horror genre. I thought that tickling would
Aliens
blend
tickling.
perfectly into that, as it's something that can range from being playful to sexual to torturous. it fits perfectly into the style that I was aiming for. In this film, tickling is being used as a form of torture for the victims. Yes, the game will probably be rated 18+. However, those reasons will be due to the horror and profanity that the game will contain. This game will not contain sex or graphic sexual themes. Just, a little bit of,
And Bradley is no longer backing the game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still gonna buy it. It's gonna be the fucking best. Swear word too.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No, actually, Michael, I'm not going to buy it for myself. It's going to be like Bad Rats again. I'm going to send it to you and make you do a Let's Play of it. Liam Neeson will be at your door. Yes,
no, I'm not allowed, I don't think. I think that may be illegal.
So, that just would not end well.
Yeah. Anyway, moving beyond the realms of that game. Bradley's been doing some research about what's coming up soon in the video game world.
I have. I'm being very professional.
But before we do that, I guess we should talk about what we have been playing recently, because I've actually played something reasonably new.
Yeah. So, Michael, talk away.
I bought the game Divinity Original Sin, which is a turn-based RPG. What, do you want it?
Yes.
Oh, look at you. Well, it's amazing. Basically, it takes the sort of top-down / isometric RPG and adds in some ideas that really change it around, in the fact that it's a co-op online game, but the choices you make, basically, if, for instance, right at the start, this won't be a spoiler because it's right at the start, there's a ship that's burning in the harbour, and just if you happen to have like a spell that creates rain, you can cast a rain on the ship, and that puts out the ship, and then people in the town are more predisposed to like you after that. That sort of random events like that happen, but also...
Or you can do what happened to Jesse Cox.
Yeah. Also, earlier in the game...
Cross-promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's Bradley's thing. Don't steal Bradley's thing. Earlier in the game, you are prevented from entering the main city by 2 guards, and basically they're drunk, so they won't let you in because they're being dicks.
Kick their asses.
You can either choose to kick their asses or go peacefully with them. And if the 2 people who are playing the characters disagree, you enter a rock paper scissors battle based on the ability scores you have for things like, intimidate and bluff and stuff like that. And so that's how it resolves things like that. It is interesting. And also a hell of a lot of fun, because it has turn-based combat, which means I don't have to sit there endlessly panicking about getting killed by things.
Well, it's
although that does happen a lot,
it
particularly when you're
turn-based?
playing with Cyrus.
Essentially, with Divinity, the entire thing is in real time, most of it, at least, and you're walking around, and everyone's walking around, but you enter combat, and everything goes down to, I think, action points.
Yeah,
and
it does.
Everything, even moving starts being measured out, so there's no hex-based or anything. But movement, attacking, using abilities, those are all worth a certain amount of points, and you have to judge what you can do in a turn. So it means even in the normal environment that you just be walking through, suddenly you can go into combat and you have to, fight crabs, because that's a thing, I believe.
Yeah, well, not often, but basically it's a big game as well, reasonably big game. It's not like 200 hours of Skyrim, Lucas. I'm looking at you.
I have played far too much Skyrim, and I have finished everything, all the DLC. And
I'm gonna play Devil's Advocate. That game.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
No.
I know. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I quite like it.
You just can't. Like, once you get past that, walk for hours to get to anywhere. Once you can
I
actually
have no problem walking for hours. My problem is the game is boring.
It's not. Okay, right. Difference of opinion here.
Yeah, I quite like it.
I really enjoyed it, but there you go.
The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on my Steam page. 26 hours. Last played.
Same.
Of the 10th, 2013.
See, I
crashed it loading too many mods to try and make it interesting.
No, I played it on my Xbox, so I don't have a counter for the obvious countless hundreds that must be on the time log, but I've played too much of it, I know that.
You also don't have mods, which...
Yeah, but I still enjoyed it.
PC Muscle Race!
Yeah, I don't play my console much anymore. I pretty much buy everything on my PC now.
So, yeah.
So, Michael, what else have you been playing this week?
It's mostly been Divinity, because I got back from holiday on Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was exciting. We went around Europe. Oh, speaking of being on holiday, this is just nothing to do with games or anything at all.
Right.
But on the last day of the holiday, we were in a V2 rocket museum. Where the Germans had built a massive V2 rocket facility, and apart from leaving me with the urge to play Company of Heroes again, there was a massive Playmobil model in there of a nearby town, and basically they'd taken loads of the different Playmobil castle sets and built up this massive model of the centre of a nearby town. And basically, about a minute later, this guy walked in and started taking it apart. He was talking to people, and it turns out his job is creating Playmobil models of things using other pieces. As in, literally, his next project is he has to create like a really large scale model of a cathedral.
You see, I'd give more shits if he wasn't using Playmobil and Lego, because Playmobil is like 5 times the size and is a lot less interesting.
Yeah, but still, that has to be the greatest job like ever.
That explains your Steam thing.
Yes.
Not Steam, Skype even.
For everyone who doesn't understand, Michael's Skype message was, there's a man who makes Playmobil villages for a living. Best job ever.
Yeah, it is the best job ever.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
How badly did he fail at life, though, that he just goes, you know what I've got to do for the rest of my life?
He's got his own business revolved around it.
Has he?
People,
Good Lord.
Yeah, people pay him and stuff for it. They're like, can you look? All I'm saying is, do you want to come and build a massive?
Yeah. No, continue. Sorry.
He's built all sorts of things. He built like a massive one of the Stargates from Stargate.
Gate.
and he builds like massive Playmobil battles and things. It's pretty cool.
Until he can build me a like life-size castle out of Playmobil for me to live in.
I want to live in Playmobil.
I don't know. I'm just going to revert to my 6-year-old self and run around pretending I'm a knight for the rest of my life.
So, Michael, you've been playing a lot of Tropico lately.
Oh, yeah. Well, 4 hours.
Well, 4 hours.
I played 4 hours.
How's that?
Tropico, yeah, I like it. It's Tropico 4. It's not the new one because I'm nowhere near that. You know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Up to date.
Up to date, yes, that's 3 words, not 1. But yeah, Tropico 4, it's fun. It's better than the new SimCity. Definitely.
The new SimCity, which still is a pile of shit, even
years
it is after it's been built.
I can't get it to update. We have it, but I can't get it to update because it just keeps breaking.
It's like X-Men Origins level of bad at this point. It's like at some point we're just going to make some sort of time-traveling SimCity so we can just cut it out of the franchise and never have to acknowledge its existence. Cross-promotion!
Speaking of things they've done wrong with The Sims, is what they've done to the new Sims game. They've removed toddlers and pools. Basically, the 2 most interesting bits of The Sims games.
Yes, okay. The most interesting bits of The Sims games, if you are, like Lucas, apparently a mass murderer.
Okay, every single Sims game, you have to drown someone in a pool, right? Somebody drowns in a pool at least once every time I play The Sims.
I think the reason they may have removed that is because it might be offensive to people who have had their toddlers drowning in swimming pools.
No, I don't drown toddlers.
Hold on, no. SimCity is not SimCity. Sorry, the Sims games. They're not bothered about being offensive. In the second one, men can get pregnant from f***ing aliens.
They went full on South Park for that.
Hey! Maybe this new fetish game is also a Sims game.
Oh, that would be amazing.
They made it into an FMV game, dear Lord.
The Sims X Fetish.
Holy shit! But I don't understand.
Oh no, bro, I've got the name. Sorry, The Sims Foreplay.
Oh. Oh my god. I don't really understand the appeal of the Sims games. Like, the only time I've played them for any amount of time was with 2 other friends, and one of them had his laptop with him with Sims on it, and we literally just made a frat house with 3 teenage kids and a really old pervert, and we just put them all into crime. That was it. And we just left it, and they made a shit ton of money. We didn't touch it. The house burnt down at one point.
Meth lab exploded.
I've never owned a Sims game, but I'm considering buying either Sims 3 or, if 4 turns out to be good, maybe that. But
no, it won't.
We'll see. Well, they've allowed modding, so you can actually have toddlers in swimming pools back. But
I just think they've just gone, yeah, we're going to take out 2, proper bits of the game in exchange for 7 different walk styles, which nobody cares about.
I'm slightly cross about the fact that they haven't included the best DLC of the past game, which was it Katy Perry's Sweet Treats? I think that was my favourite one.
Wait, what?
That was a DLC for The Sims 3.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? The Katy Perry DLC.
Yeah, it was.
That is a level of fantastic that I don't think the next one's going to be able to top.
No.
Unfortunately. Although I do believe in the Sims 4 trailer they had a Sim who looked suspiciously like a Barack Obama.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yep. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
A bit Barack Obama.
Could you have?
I want Barack Obama in Sims 4 voiced by Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I've seen White House.
Yes, that film is
how
amazing.
I see Barack Obama.
I haven't seen it, and it sounds brilliant.
It's
literally, it's Jamie Foxx playing President Sawyer, I think, which is essentially Barack Obama.
James Sawyer.
James Sawyer.
As Channing Tatum running around blowing stuff
Channing
up.
Tatum plays this. Well, he wants to become a Secret Service agent, running around on the front lawn of the White House with just tanks just watching while they're firing miniguns. It's beautiful. It is a lot better than Olympus Has Fallen. Yeah. Sorry, we're getting into the movie section.
Sorry, yeah, White House. I'm just gonna say I watched it, and actually my whole family liked it, which is rare with action movies. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, I watched it, and then 2 days later, I went down to my cousins and watched it with them again. And the thing is, my mom, me, my uncle, and my one of my cousins love action movies, and then my aunts and my other cousin, they both despise. And at the end, she just went, "So, what was the point of watching that in the end?" And I can't explain to someone who doesn't like action movies why Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx driving cars on the front lawn of the White House firing chain guns and miniguns and rocket launchers is not good.
It's absolutely awesome.
So Lucas, what have you been playing?
But as I was watching
okay.
Oh, no. Yeah,
what?
Just go on. Never mind.
Okay, I have been playing old games because I had some money, so I decided to buy all the games that everyone raved about that I never played. So I've as nearly finished Dishonored, started XCOM, and started Spec Ops: The Line, and I'm loving all of them. They're amazing.
Well, that's good.
I got a rather interesting response from Cyrus when he noticed I was playing XCOM in the form of a message saying, "Are you at all unwell because you're playing a strategy game that requires thinking?" I was just cheers, Cyrus. Nice to know you have faith in my intelligence.
We all do, Lucas, sort of.
No, you don't. I'm aware. I'm fully aware that everyone knows I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
As our comparative results will show, Michael.
Yeah. Let's not bring GCSE results into this. Shit gets serious if you do that. Let's...
Gets real then.
Yeah.
Super serious.
Right.
What are we gonna get super serious?
What have you been playing, Bradley?
A horrific amount of Space Engineers with 145 hours on record.
How can you play that much of that game?
Because it's so much fun, and they added modding, and ever since they added modding, it's a whole new game.
I reckon that if I got it, I would play retarded amounts of it.
It's so much fun.
I played 4 hours and I'm bored of it.
Michael played 4 hours and uninstalled it, and I just literally go back to that game constantly and build more crazy shit.
Because literally any time we get anywhere, one of either me, Bradley, or Cyrus decides that it's time to just go, "Oh, we've been playing this for too long. Someone's got to kamikaze their ship into everything we have."
No, that only happened when we played Survival with Michael. When me and Cyrus played Survival, we did fine. Play it with Michael, instantly kamikaze ships. But no, Space Engineers, go buy it. It's a great game. Go buy it, build shit.
I was going to, but I didn't get around to it. I ended up spending my money on other stuff instead.
I've been playing some Garry's Mods. That's as fun as ever, but doesn't really require any discussion. It's about as fun as it could be.
Yeah, Michael, I also understand why you hate chrysalids so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, chrysalids.
Oh my god, no, I lost a major to one of those for no good reason.
Oh, I don't get how you lose soldiers to them. That I have never done.
No, right. He was standing like in full cover behind a door, and I moved one of my guys up. It triggered 3 of them, who all attacked the same guy and murdered him. And I was just sitting there going, "Oh, now you've crossed the line."
I think the crowning moment of chrysalids for me was when I rocket launched 2 of them with the rocket launcher, and it turns out the wall behind them had 2 hostages up against it inside. The game didn't like that. It was like, you fail.
Oh, if you kill them, does it? I like accidentally killed them.
No.
Does it fail the horror?
No, it just dragged my rating down a long way. Because
I get on those whatever they're called, the crisis
terror missions.
Terror missions. I just gave up trying to rescue hostages. I couldn't be arsed. They're too much. Literally, I'm like, why do I have to get within a square of them? For the hostage was no enemies to run towards the military people.
Oh,
like, I was just like, F you, hostage. I shot a hostage just on purpose with a rocket launcher once because they were a pain in the ass.
My favourite thing with hostages is when you walk up right next to them, you're 2 squares away from them, you're like, next turn I will get you and save you. And then they run away!
Yeah, he was just like, but I was right here.
And you're like, you realise you just ran towards the chrysalid.
Well done.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love it. I love it when like you first get a guy bitten, and how the super serious science lady just goes, as unprofessional as it may sound, the bite appears to have turned him into a zombie. I'm just like, suck on that, you pretentious.
Zombies,
I don't like her. I don't know why. I just don't like her.
No, she's really irritating. Basically,
I like the mechanic guy. He's awesome.
He is, yeah. But anyway, Bradley.
He's nowhere near as good as the mechanic from Borderlands 2, though.
What? Scooter.
God.
Scooter. and
the ladies say Scooter's the fastest round. Oh, I just realised that's an insult.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Bradley!
Yes!
You know what's coming out soon. Let's do that. I've just tried to segue it about 4 times.
Segue it.
Okay, I know what's coming out. I do know what's coming out soon. And if any of these release dates are wrong, well, sue me, you motherfuckers. 7.
Do I know what's coming out soon?
No. I'm the only one with the list. So today, the 29th of August, Madden NFL 15 for PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PS3. As well as Metro Redux for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. I think that actually came out in the UK a couple of days ago. On the 2nd of September, Warframe for the Xbox One, finally.
But PC's much better. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So.
If I ever remember to play that game again.
The Xbone long enough. Xbone and the piss poor.
Yeah. The 3rd of September, Don't Starve Giant Edition for the PS Vita. So one of the 4 games that's worth buying a PS Vita for.
I feel that turning you into a giant would ruin the balance.
The other 3 being the 2 Danganronpa games and the SAO games. So I'm buying a PS Vita. 4th of September, Valiant Hearts for the iPad and iPhone. That'll do fine. 5th of September, Dead Rising 3 for PC.
I've got that on my wish list.
I'm not really sure if I'm particularly interested in that game.
Well, I played 2 off the records and loved it. And when they went, oh, it's going to be an Xbox One exclusive, everybody knows that Capcom gives out exclusives on a very loose basis. I'm not going to use Yahtzee's description.
It's an exclusive, like the Tomb Raider exclusive at Gamescom, which was like, it's an Xbox One exclusive. No, they were like, it's an Xbox exclusive, but only for a little bit.
Yeah.
Afterwards, after the backlash came out, they were like, no, only for a little bit. Don't worry.
I really loved the old Tomb Raider games, and the reboot just isn't doing it for me because they're not the same games.
Lucas liked Lara Croft's is what he's saying.
No. I like the games.
He spent hours sitting there looking at her in a wetsuit at the start of Underworld. Which is why he has so much playtime in that game.
I have all the Tomb Raider movies because Angelina.
That game took me forever to complete. It's so...
Anyway, I have one more game. The 9th of September. I'm going a little bit because we have no games launching. Destiny on Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
That could be good.
It's just they wanted to make a Halo, but didn't want to make Halo.
In my opinion, that's literally Halo mixed with more story.
I'm glad that...
And Borderlands 2.
Because I like story, and 2, I'm really bored of Halo.
I'm not bored of Halo.
I loved Halo 4, and Michael, after we played through the entire thing, was just like, meh. I was like, what do you mean, meh?
I'm not bored
It was all right. It was just only 2.5 hours long. So.
Only because I'd already completed the game on heroic and knew exactly what I was doing, and we played it on easy.
Yes, but Lucas, you have to factor in the fact you were with me, who spent most of it. I spent most of my time walking into things and dying.
No, you spent most of the time walking into my sticky grenades.
Do you remember how many times we tried that downhill mongoose bit?
Downhill mongoose bit?
No, not mongoose. Where you're on a ghost and you're going downhill.
Oh, because you
to
kept
escape from
flipping me over.
Yeah.
I was just like, Michael, damn it.
Yeah, so Destiny's coming out.
Also, we got to the bit with the long swords at the end and just keep shooting each other down because
that was why that game took over 2 hours, by the way.
It took like 4.
Normally, it's only about 15 minutes long.
Okay, that game got a lot of unnecessary hate. Maybe it wasn't the normal Halo games, but it did okay. It did okay.
I liked it.
It's got its multiplayer, and it gave Red vs. Blue a new platform to make games on, webisodes on. Yeah. So cross promotion, episode 15, I think, just came out. It was awesome.
I don't care about Halo multiplayer, but the campaign was pretty good, just a bit short for me.
Oh, and Destiny, you get Peter Dinklage as a little flying orb as your guide. It's amazing.
Yes.
Essentially, you get Tyrion Lannister guiding you through the future.
Lucas is now suddenly interested.
Yeah.
He's like, hang on, I get Tyrion Lannister in my ears while playing a Halo game. I don't need you anymore. 343.
Anything else came out lately? Has anyone been following episode 5 of season 2 of The Walking Dead? I think it is.
Yes, I have.
Yep.
Just for your information, when the screen goes red and the word spoiler appears with the names of the things that are being spoiled, it's probably a good time to jump away if you don't want either of those things to be spoiled. Just FYI there.
Though, playthrough watching, the next episode should be the last one. They've just
don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything.
You might want to censor out the last bit I just said.
Yeah, censor that out. I've already seen that, but yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's a mass. I was bummed about that though.
That was sad.
Come on.
Okay, for this part, it's going to be a spoiler for about a couple minutes.
I'll have a little spoiler thing that I.
Unfortunately, in that episode,
Michael, remember to take out the thing I said.
Yeah. Unfortunately, on that episode, for a couple, you're out on a lake, and Luke, one of the nicest characters, falls into the lake a bit, and you have the choice of covering him or going to get him. If you go get him, he dies. If you cover him, he dies, and the other person with you can also die.
The Texan woman.
Bonnie. She's quite nice.
Yeah.
Sorry,
she survives if you go to help him. She survives.
Yeah, and she can die if you cover him. It's very sad.
How does he die by falling into a lake?
Because he
gets grabbed by a zombie, doesn't he?
Yeah, he'd been shot in the leg, so he couldn't really walk or swim, and then he got grabbed by a zombie.
There are water zombies.
Yep.
Well, no, they fall in.
It's kind of like World War Z. Anyone interested in World War Z knows there's water zombies.
No, only if you've read it.
Yeah, if you've read World War Z, you've seen it all. You know everything. If you watched it, well, you.
I watched it. It was. I don't regret it.
It was really good.
It was okay.
The book was so
I just love the fact
it didn't have the Lobos.
I just love the fact that
I forgot about those.
Those were cool.
The Lobos were the great, and the fragmuts. The recon dogs they send in, and if they get bitten, they blow them up.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
I love the fact that in the movie, the first main character to die does so by breaking his neck while slipping on a plane's ramp.
No, he shoots himself in the head, Michael, when he falls over.
No, he doesn't.
That's why he doesn't turn.
No, he slips and.
No, remember, Lucas, when the guy was running up.
Yeah, they're coming up the back of the plane. He falls over and shoots himself because his finger's on the trigger.
No.
He slips and falls.
He slips and breaks his neck by falling onto the exit ramp.
What happens
which is the shittest death in a zombie movie
spoiler alert
ever.
for this movie, but we won't mention whose name it is. The guy runs up the ramp, slips on the like wet metal, and it comes down on the edge of the ramp, which cuts into the front of his neck and snaps his head back.
Yeah, it's just like, how did you manage that?
In the zombie apocalypse movie, he gets killed by a ramp. But that's how.
I also loved how the bit kind of at the end, like, it's spoiler alert again, but on the plane, where it's just like, worst decision you have ever made to throw a grenade on a plane. Just don't.
Has anyone played any Five Nights at Freddy's or watched any?
Hang on, sorry, I just going back to World War Z very quickly. I just have to mention that I love the fact in the credits of that movie, Peter Capaldi was listed as a World Health Organization doctor, also known as a WHO doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was
so clever.
and also they were in a facility near Cardiff.
Oh my god, that was Cardiff, known as the refueling station of the TARDIS.
I also love how nobody in Wales is infected somehow.
They
walk through that town and everyone is fine.
Sheep can't be infected.
Yep. The sheep and it's
Get grants your immunity.
Ah, well, that just went beyond a line, I feel.
Yeah, Wales. So, has anyone played any or watched any Five Nights at Freddy's? Because that game has blown up on the internet and everyone adores it or hates it.
Yeah, I had nightmares last night because of that. I was sitting there, like, hiding, going, it's okay, I've got the door shut. That means Foxy going, shit, Freddy teleports.
Yeah, Golden Freddy.
But the best thing is, right, Freddy, you never actually see them do anything to you. Freddy, when he appears in front of you and does that weird little sort of like thing, he may as well be giving you a lap dance. That's kind of what it looks like.
But I like when the power goes out and you've got Freddy there in the dark and you can just see the lights of him, and it slowly plays. It just, for anyone who doesn't know, it slowly plays a song, and then he disappears and then he jumps on you. But it's the most drawn out thing. It takes about 30 seconds for him to kill you. You could be gone by then. They know what's coming. I'd have just left and come back.
Also, why do they need a night security guard if these things will just kill anyone that intrudes?
Essentially, I'll do the storyline for what I know. Essentially, the animatronics. There was a long time ago a security guard supposedly killed 4 children in where the animatronics.
It wasn't a security guard. I've read the story. Basically, it was a man dressed up as one of the animatronics and lured children into the back room of Freddy Fazbear's and killed the 4 children and stuffed them into animal suits.
And that now the animal suits are possessed, and at night they become particularly active. There's also references of them doing it in the day when they bit the front lobe off a child.
Yeah, that was Foxy.
The frontal lobe of the child's brain.
That was Foxy, which is why he's now... The Pirate Cove is abandoned when you look at it.
Yeah. But essentially now the animatronics roam at night, and anyone they see outside, anyone normal they see, they think is a animatronic outside of their costume and try and stuff you in, which will kill you because it's full of animatronic parts.
Stuff.
And anyone inside an animatronic costume, they see something wrong with them and try and kill. Anyway, that essentially they'll kill anyone, and the guard is there to essentially make it so they don't leave and go kill people outside. You're there as bait, essentially.
Yeah, but why don't they just metal shutter all the windows and lock all the doors and just?
Because that giant animatronic
Freddy
robot
Fazbear can teleport.
Yeah,
why not
that's also a thing.
Why not just take them during the day and burn them?
Because I think the place is due to be shut down at the end of that year as well, but they don't want to waste the money, which is why it's cheaper. It's cheaper to have you there than have the animatronics fixed. It's essentially a bunch of bullshit rules, which 9, which allow the robots to essentially chase you, which means they get a game.
My favourite of the bullshit rules is that you have limited power. I'm like, have you not heard of the National Grid, guys? Seriously.
I think that's also they say that's because that stops you shutting the doors indefinitely and essentially meaning the robots go wandering because they can't get to you, even though Freddy can teleport.
Yeah. You're just that, wow, really?
But that game was relatively interesting, and then we have PT Silent Hills, which Michael was too much of a
No!
10.
I'm done! I'm leaving! Bye! Gone!
He's actually gone. He won't play it. Even though I told him to play Caribbean music in the background, which makes that so much easier, he wouldn't do it. I've watched that game, 4 times now, it's so cool.
To be fair, I do like how they've just gone, we're going to get the IP back by adding an S on the end after we sold it to the Americans because we're dumbasses.
Well, they were always going to get it back.
I love the fact with that, right, that I only saw 1 jump scare, and that freaked me out so much that I had a nightmare about it.
You didn't,
Michael, you're a little bitch.
I am, I know, that's why I don't play horror games.
What I find great is when we did the Halloween video of Cry of Fear, you managed to contain your screaming for the entire video.
Oh yeah,
and then
I know.
Off camera said, "Can I admit off camera that scared the bejesus out of me?"
No, basically I get scared of everything, but through that thing I was determined not to scream. I did it once. And the rest of the time Lucas, who knew what was coming, was scared.
No, I'm like, the game is supposedly something like 6 hours long, and I'm 3 and a bit hours. I play this in like half an hour bursts every few months because it scares the living crap out of me. And I am nowhere near the end because I spend so much time hiding in rooms that I can close the door.
Here's the thing. I'm terrible when it comes to jump scares. Like, we discovered this. We were playing, a bunch of us. We were playing a game on Gary's mod called Stop It Slender, and
Stop it! This is one of the reasons I want Gmod.
yeah,
is Stop It
essentially,
Slender.
it's multiplayer Slender where one person gets to play Slender, and our friend George, he was playing Slender, and he was chasing me. He was being like, "Hey Bradley, I'm gonna get you," and I started just chain swearing at him and losing it because I couldn't deal with it.
And then, and also that was the point where George was doing that around Cyrus and going, "Hey Cyrus, I'm invisible around you," and Cyrus just left.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
But the thing is, PC Silent Hills, it's got jump scares in it, but it's also a bit of a psychological thing.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. It's well done. It's Norman Reedus is the main character.
Writers ever.
Daryl from Walking Dead, the guy who makes chocolate look like a pussy.
It's Hideo. Is it? It's Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima and
I can't remember the other guy, but
Guillermo del Toro. Michael.
Del Toro. Del Toro.
Yeah.
I'm busy. What?
Pacific Rim. If at some point in Silent Hill there isn't a reference, that every Silent Hill game has a reference to aliens. If there isn't a reference, that even in this demo, there's a Swedish, I think it's Swedish.
Yeah,
radio
the
message.
Radio talking Swedish.
Yeah, and it's talking about aliens. But if there isn't a reference to Pacific Rim and their aliens and the Jaegers, the Kaiju and the Jaegers, that game doesn't win any awards. It needs to die. There has to at some point, Norman Reedus has to get into a Gypsy Danger and just fight Pyramid Head. That needs to happen.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. I think it would kind of ruin it. It looks really good, and two are really good writers as well. Despite the fact that Hideo Kojima is responsible for the latest Solid, the Metal Gear, whatever it was,
Metal Gear Solid,
Phantom Pain or whatever it was.
Was it Hideo Kojima?
Which was a 40 quid
Silent
rip
Hill?
off. Huh?
Was it Hideo Kojima's?
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's Hideo Kojima and Thingy Del Toro.
No, it's not Hideo Kojima. He's
It is
Metal
Hideo
Gear.
Kojima.
He's Metal Gear.
Yeah, he's Metal Gear.
He's also writing the new Silent Hills game. It's Hideo Kojima and Thingy Del Toro.
Hold on.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. It is Hideo Kojima because in the outro at the end of it, it says it, and then Silent Hills. Because I watched a video of it.
I'm googling it right now, trying to find out. It doesn't
It's Hideo
say.
Kojima.
Well, I'm gonna check. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
it
anyone
is. It's
watching
yeah,
this.
it is.
Okay.
Kojima Productions.
Yeah. It is the publishers of Konami though.
Yeah, well,
Is it?
if I when it at the end of the
No, it
playable
isn't.
teaser.
Yeah, the publishers of all the Silent Hill games are Konami.
Well, not this. Oh yeah, it is. It's Konami and Sony.
Yeah.
Really?
Sony Computer Entertainment.
Hold
it better be
on,
good then,
Sean
because-
Bean was in a Silent Hill game.
No, he was
Was
in the
it?
movie.
Oh, he was in the movie. Did he die?
Which I never
He never
watched
died
because
in that.
I
apparently
think he
it
did.
wasn't-
Yes.
Did anyone watch the Silent Hill film? I never.
I did not.
I didn't. I didn't.
I don't know how good it was. It was probably not.
It
To be fair,
it apparently wasn't very good.
I like Silent Hills 1 and 4 pretty much. No, not 1, 2. 2 and 4. Sorry, are pretty much the only ones I like. The rest are a bit meh.
But can we just say, any game that looks as pretty as the ET Silent Hill demo, at least, that has Norman Reedus as your mocapped main character and Del Toro and Kojima essentially making it, is going to be fantastic.
I was going to say, Del Toro recently did a film called Mama or something, didn't
Oh,
he?
that was creepy.
That looks so
Mama.
like I don't.
Mama.
Did you watch it, Bradley?
No, but I
So
have watched.
creepy.
I have watched enough HBO Delirious videos to be able to do a Mama impression. Someone will get that. Someone.
Won't
If
just
you
be
say so,
Bradley.
Bradley.
Won't
If you
just
say
be
so.
him.
Mama.
Not enough people know Mike
Okay, Del
exists.
Toro is a fantastic
Writer.
director and writer, and
He is.
he made Pan's Labyrinth, Hellboy, Pacific Rim.
Hellboy.
He was in Kung Fu Panda. Well, he was the executive producer even of Kung Fu Panda 2.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Okay.
What
We
else
are going really far back in the films thing here.
Well, we're in the films thing now, apparently. There wasn't much more in the way of games.
No.
Yeah.
The only other thing was Lethal League. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. There's a new Call of Duty. Nobody cares.
I do.
Nobody with more than 10
no,
brain
everyone
cells
cares about the new Call of Duty, even though that's been announced and talked about because it's got Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah.
Also, the greatest actor of all time, besides Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones as Tyrion Lannister, because he was Frank Underwood in House of Cards, which was amazing. Go watch it. People.
No, I don't care about the Call of Duty, and if you've seen the trailer for it, it's just become Halo, laser guns and exoskeletons.
No, not Halo, Lucas. Not everything is Halo.
They're just becoming
It's
more.
not. No.
It's exoskeletons and laser guns.
It's not Halo. It's essentially a mix between Call of Duty and Titanfall.
It's also it's taken elements from Halo, but it's also taken elements from so many other games.
It's I stopped caring about Call of Duty when they made the last Modern Warfare game.
It reminds me a bit of a Mercenaries game now, because it's like, oh look, PMCs are everywhere.
Well, PMCs are essentially apparently PMCs are becoming the new thing. After zombies, apparently PMCs are the thing to do now. I don't understand why, but they're just like it's Merryweather from GTA 5 PMC.
It's just because you can make them into bad guys very easily.
Well, yeah, essentially they can be bad guys who operate within the confines of law in America, and that way they get away with anything they do.
Plus, also, it's more interesting because if it just keeps being, oh, look, the Russians have done something again, stop.
Ukrainians or the
Ukrainians.
I've never seen that game.
Well, the Ukrainians have been bad guys in games.
Really?
The Ukrainians have been bad guys in games.
Oh, I imagine so at some point. But even terrorists and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I get Michael's point.
If the thing that would cross the line, if somebody makes a game out of the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, that would just no.
Oh, that I will allow if they have the Attorney General Natalia what's-her-face, because that was hilarious. The fact that Japan, for anyone who doesn't know, Natalia, I'm trying to Google it.
Ukraine is
Natalia,
a country.
Polish, I think that was it. Yes. Natalia Vladimirov, I'm going to butcher these names, Pokolovskaya, is the Prosecutor General of the Republic of Crimea. As attorney, she rendered public service to Ukraine from 2004 to February 2014. Essentially, she's a attractive blonde Russian soldier who did modeling, and Japan adored her for some reason and made her into anime characters, and it was hilarious. No. It was the funniest shit of all time.
It could be worse. At least it was only anime.
Oh, it won't be.
What they say,
what's rule 35 of the rule? Is it 35 or 34?
Who are you?
34 even off the internet. Rule 35 is relevant.
Rule 30. What's Rule 35?
If it doesn't exist, it will be made.
What's Rule 36?
I don't know. I don't ask Jacob Lineker.
If it exists, Lucas will spell it wrong. Most
likely. I
mistyped that this morning. Leave me alone.
Rule 36. If it exists, someone has a fetish for it, like FMV video games.
Oh God.
Full circle.
Yep.
We did it. We did it.
Motion, full circle. Woo, yay. Okay. Has anyone seen the new Sin City movie? The Dame for Killful.
I've seen adverts for it. I haven't seen it.
No. I watched about half of the first one.
I never watched
and then never got around to finishing it for some reason. It just felt so long.
I've never seen the first one either. The only thing I've seen of the first one was CinemaSins video of it, at which point I decided I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was actually really good.
I like that little really cross promotion there, Bradley.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
But it felt really long for some reason. Like, we only got through the first 2 stories. There's like 3 people, and we couldn't go any further. But it's good, and the new one apparently looks okay. Anyone seen Lucy?
I really, really want to.
Yep,
really
Scarlett
want
Johansson
to.
as
that one.
a overpowered
Has anyone seen the advert for Kingsmen?
The movie.
I have.
The movie.
Kingsmen.
Oh my god! Hold on, sorry, Lucy, you're getting overshadowed. Kingsmen. That is amazing.
I so want to see that.
About the King's Men, the choral scholars of King's College.
They take a chav guy, like a chav boy who dropped out of school, and make him into a secret agent. And it's Michael Caine as this like old
Kingsman. Sorry.
Kingsman? Okay.
Okay, Kingsman is a theatre company.
Kingsman, essentially, it's a veteran secret agent takes a young upstart under his wing, which means London chav.
Yeah. I love it. What does he say? It's like, is that the agent? He goes, oh, don't be. What does he say? It's like, oh, is that the agent? Oh, don't be silly. It's a hand grenade. Shut up.
Right, a 2010 movie.
No, it's a new movie. It's a new movie. The King's Man.
The King's Man?
Yeah.
God, you keep
King's
changing
Man
the title on me.
I saw an advert for it.
Come on, Michael, you can find it.
I'm trying! There's King's Man 2010, IMDb. All the King's Men 2006, IMDb. All the King's Men 1949.
Lucas, the line is, he goes, what is it? And it's like this little, it looks like one of those wireless key things, for a car. Yeah. And he goes, what is it? Well, it electrocute her. Don't be silly, it's a hand grenade. Shut up!
I can't find it. I've just found King and the Clown, a 2005 South Korean historical drama film.
Did you see this when you saw Guardians of the Galaxy?
Like the second time round, yes.
Yeah, I've
seen that film 3 times now. It's amazing.
It is a good film.
Purely because dancing
Guardians of the
Groot.
Galaxy, good film. But King's Man looks like it's going to be fantastic because we take a bunch of what look like really posh British private school kids and a chav, and then we pit them head to head.
This is going to go well. Now, other films I saw yesterday, actually, The Inbetweeners 2, dear lord.
Oh, God.
It is really funny, but some of it you're just going, why?
That's why I didn't go to see it, because I saw the first one and I went, there's some of this that I really, really just don't want to have remembered seeing.
Halfway through, because when we were going over, George's mum said, like, you're going to vomit halfway through. And we got to that point, we're just like, oh my God, why?
What? Wait, what is this?
What happened? Spoilers up.
Right.
What happened?
Okay,
hold on. What
basically,
Inbetweeners 2.
I think you know the dumb one. I can't remember his name. Simon or something. Is it Simon, the dumb one?
I don't really care, to be honest.
Okay,
so.
right, he has irritable bowel syndrome, right? And he's behind Will.
James Buckley, Blake Harris.
He's behind Will in the queue for this like water slide, and as Will goes down it, he craps himself. And it's like chasing him down the slide, and he gets to the bottom, and there's the girlie and he turns around and he tries to warn her and gets hit full in the face with this turn. He then starts wandering towards all these children who are running out of the pool whilst vomiting and spewing fecal matter everywhere. And we're just
sounds
sitting
like
there.
Your average South Park episode.
We're just sitting there in the
Except
cinema.
This isn't like comic style. This is.
We're just sitting there going, What is going on? Oh, Bradley's linked the Kingsman thing in the Skype chat,
okay,
Michael.
finally.
We're not insane.
Does it exist?
Kingsman, the Secret Service.
Oh, it's all one word.
Yes.
Oh,
Hold on, Michael.
Well, you could have told me it was all one word.
Logically, you would have tried that, no?
No, I would have gone, oh, King's Man. Those are 2 words.
Yeah, but when that didn't work...
Oh my God, this has got an all-star cast. It's got Samuel L. Jackson, Colin Firth, Michael Caine, Mark Hamill.
It looks amazing.
Well, I guess,
And that looks fantastic. So we overshadowed Lucy for this movie. That looks really good.
It's the movie with the shittest title in the world.
Oh yeah, but it's more
Morgan Freeman
the trailer.
I know it looks really good. It's just
the trailer is more of Morgan Freeman explaining complicated things, meaning he's gained a freckle.
Yeah, I was just. When we went to watch Guardians of the Galaxy, we saw the trailer and we were sitting through going, this looks awesome. Look at all of this action that's going on. Morgan Freeman and Scarlett Johansson coming out this August. Lucy. Why the hell did they call it that? Seriously.
Her name is Lucy.
Hey! Don't name your movie that.
Well, okay, it's not the first film to name it after the main character. For example, another Constantine. That was a fantastic film.
Caroline.
Okay, but it's a better name. That's a bit like going, new this summer, starring Bruce Willis. Bruce.
Fine. How about we
John?
call it
Die Hard would be more shit if it was called John. I can tell you that.
How about we call it Scarlett Johansson kicks ass using weird powers that don't really make any sense? That sound better?
No.
Exactly.
To be fair, they have to.
It's okay. Lucy is okay.
Whatever.
They had to put Scarlett Johansson's name in really big letters when they were going through the things because they know that most men won't be looking at the face of the main character and not know it's Scarlett Johansson.
And the only...
Oh my god, who is this person? I didn't even see their face. It's amazing, Nat.
Scarlett Johansson.
It's amazing how some things just seem to get in the way.
And the only other movie coming out soon, the only other it's
Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja
Transformers
Turtles
has come out. I was going to say Box Trolls because I just realised it actually has an interesting cast. It's got Ben Kingsley, Nick Frost, Richard, weird name person, the guy who plays Moss in IT Crowd.
He who shall not be named.
And D. Bradley Baker, as well as Isaac Hempstead Wright, the guy who plays Bran Stark in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I saw the trailer of the movie. It
looks real weird, but it's got a cool cast, so I'm still going to watch it.
It looks like it could be good. Basically, I told my sister the name of it, and she spent 10 minutes straight going, Box Trolls! Who came up with this idea? Who went, Box Trolls? That would make a movie.
Well, probably the same person who came up with the name of Lucy. They're running out of names, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It's just going to be Michael Bay. It's just going to be the name of the director.
Lucy's made 3 million. Not a lot.
Baywatch. Oh my god, Baywatch if it was all about Michael Bay. Jesus.
I don't think Baywatch is about Michael Bay.
Here is the wild bay in his natural habitat, blowing stuff up with fake sound effects.
As opposed to, real sound effects. Because, you can definitely get that authentic Transformer changing sound. I'll just go and ask my mate Optimus. Be right back.
Here is Michael Bay being mystified and finding horror in the curved TV.
Speaking of sound effects, has anyone ever watched the old Star Trek episodes? It's kind of weird. No. Right, basically, the sound they used for opening the doors was made by pulling a piece of paper out of an envelope and then adding a thump sound on the end. It's like sort of like, yeah. But they made the most by pulling a piece of paper out of an envelope, and I think that's fantastic.
In the Star Wars movie, didn't they make the laser noises by taking like cabling and hitting it with a wrench or something? I think that was it. I think they took a piece of like telephone cable and hit it really hard with a wrench, and it made a laser sound.
And they just recorded it.
I think that's how they did it, and I think Chewbacca is some sort of dog.
What dog sounds like? That's a really bad impression of Chewbacca, but.
I didn't know that was a Chewbacca impression.
Chewbacca. Apparently, Chewbacca has irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh god! Constipation would explain everything, particularly the color of his fur.
Are you suggesting that like blonde Wookiees would have been better?
I think
they did exist.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to go back to Game of Thrones because the writer of those, George R.R. Martin, I believe came up with the Wookiees somehow. Really? Well, he came up with the idea for that creature. I think he wrote like a short story. Hold on, Martin Wookiees. I think he wrote like a short story that had something like a Wookiee in it, and then the person, George Lucas essentially went, wow, I like the look of that, gave it to you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, after I found out about that is, he took
the creator of Star Wars took the idea for his Wookiee from the creator of Game of Thrones.
Weird story.
Some short story he wrote. That's how it happened.
And also, I found
it was inspiration. There we go.
I
got there eventually.
The Ewok that Warwick Davis played is called Warwick.
Warwick.
Just like, well done.
Anyway.
How did we manage to get this far back in time in terms of
I don't know,
films?
but we have an exciting section coming up next because it is time for... Well, I'd better intro this first, because Lucas has a tradition of finding long words, and he will then use that word a lot of times during the coming week because he's very impressed with his oration skills. So it's time for us to learn Lucas's word of the week. What is it, Lucas?
Insufferable. Because
Of course it is.
Basically, I was playing Dishonored, and there was this one guard that just wouldn't move, and I was out of sleep darts, and I proceeded to call him an insufferable long list of expletives that I'm not going to say again.
Dickhead Pratt.
So something like that.
That is the shittest story.
No, but
Right, I came up with the inspiration for this word, right? When I was insulting someone.
Okay, it was that or like gargantuan, but I'm pretty sure I've done too many words involving big things.
Can I have a word of the week? Is that allowed?
No, I think it's just Lucas's thing because we accept the fact that you can use long words.
Yeah,
Whereas...
but I like the word Dunlop.
What?
What?
A Dunlop. It's on a basketball. I have a basketball here, and it has the word Dunlop, I assume.
The whole it's done.
Do you mean Dunlop? Do you mean Dunlop?
Dunlop for a start?
I put an invisible E on the end. Hold on, let me get a pen.
Do you mean the tyre company Dunlop?
Yeah, it's
I
also
don't
quite
know.
impressive that you found a basketball that doesn't say Spalding.
I don't know. I just like the word. It's fun.
Dunlop. Yeah, I see what you mean, actually.
Okay.
Dunlop.
Is the whole point of the word of the week is meant to be more than like 3 syllables or something?
Well, this one is better than your insufferable one.
You're insufferable.
Well, that was a brilliant
You're a
use of
dickhead.
everyone's time, I'm sure, right there.
Have anyone been watching any good TV shows lately? That's the section. to
right.
do.
Now, my dad has been stuck inside due to injuries, and we've managed to watch every single episode of Scrubs, most of The West Wing, most of Hannibal, most of The Sopranos.
Well, it sounds like you had a really active summer then.
It's
haven't
more
done a
active
whole
than
lot.
mine.
It sounds like you and Bradley have essentially been doing the same thing.
I've watched every anime ever made by man. I've watched
Michael,
8 different anime.
Have you convinced yourself to sit in front of a television when there's not football?
I watched an episode of Doctor Who and did a thing where I went on holiday. And
I've been on holiday, thank you.
And I didn't just sit there watching things.
I went on holiday for a week, thank you.
Oh, is it bad, by the way? I got my GCSE results, just talking about that quickly, while I was in Austria. And we were going up a cable car to the top of the mountain to go and see what it was like up there. And
you were worried your mum
down.
was going to throw you out of it?
No, I was sitting there, and I'm scared of heights, but I was sitting there thinking, well, at least if I die, right, I don't have to find out my GCSE results.
What have you got at? Do you know what you've got yet?
Yeah, I do. I told you.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you get, Michael?
I got 3 A stars and 2 A's, actually.
Congratulations, mother.
You've got to do a little bit next. Actually, no. Do you have to do the accelerated thing, Bradley?
I haven't done my GCSEs yet because I'm a year below you guys somehow.
Yeah, but we'd already done a half a GCSE.
Nope, I don't have to do shit. I don't do shit.
Yeah, they don't do accelerated.
Yeah, because we've got like 19 exams next year, and when we go back, we've got 3 science-controlled assessments, a whole load of
Interesting
marks.
fact, in Hong Kong, they've done their English GCSEs by now.
Really?
That's the one they've done. They've done an English IGCSE, which is an international GCSE, for those of you who are interested in what anagrams mean.
In where you
Not
used to live.
anagrams, acronyms, yeah.
Oh my god, this got off topic real
It did.
quickly. But it's very interesting.
Anyway,
so
speaking
you guys did okay in your GCSEs. I'll
did.
probably fail mine horrifically.
He's just got to put crying koalas over it, like they did for GTA 5 in Australia.
Yep. Anyway, has anyone been watching anything interesting?
Wait, did
Someone
they
give me
actually do that?
Yeah, you know the torture scene?
No.
Right, okay, basically, you take this guy down to a basement and you torture him. And in Australia, they thought that even if they put us in 18, that was too bad. So they put crying koalas over the scene.
I love the fact they went, what would be more traumatizing, human torture or a crying koala?
Here's the thing, I can quite enjoy torturing a human in a video game. A crying koala is going to make me turn it off. It's almost as bad as a crying slow loris.
Oh my god, that would be.
Michael, put a slow loris in the video. People need to see the slow loris. If you're watching the podcast, go Google slow loris. It's adorable.
Slow loris eats rice ball in particular.
Yeah. Yep. It caused Lucas to become something else for quite.
Someone
says you. We were all sitting there. We were playing Damned, and you two decided it was too scary. At which point you curled up into the fetal position and watched a slow loris eating a rice ball, whilst I impatiently sat as the lurker, going, "For God's sake, something trigger already."
And you were watching, and then you started watching the slow loris and going, "Ah, get out!" I remember that.
Shush.
Yeah.
I did too.
Has anyone been watching any useful TV? Come on,
No,
someone else.
I rarely watch TV.
I tend not to do anything useful, so
I wanted someone to have something to talk about.
Have we run out of things?
Well, I was going to do a TV section, but you guys haven't watched anything, and I can't be asked to talk about TV.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, there's new Doctor Who.
Yeah. That was quite good.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi does well. Clara will do better with this Doctor. It's looking interesting. Steampunk is good.
Stephen Moffat.
Is cool.
Stephen Moffat's found his writing mojo again, which is something I like.
They've gone for a very oldie schooly TARDIS again.
Yeah, it has round things on the walls.
What is he says? It's just I don't feel that there's enough round things at the end.
Yeah, because one of the old TARDIS was full of round things.
References I don't understand. Yay.
One of the old TARDISes was just full of these round things on the walls, and everyone since has taken the piss out of it.
So they just we'll put the round things back and give the Daleks wheels again, because that'll give more jokes.
I don't think they go back to the old Daleks. It looks like.
Yeah, the next episode's floating. It's like because I was watching it like as well. Next time I was like, oh yeah, because you just see like the glowing things in the dark, and I was like, oh Daleks, and then there were floating eye things, and then there were Daleks. So I was just like, oh okay,
it's good.
Why do we need the floating eye things? Daleks are annoying enough. Come on.
Oh god, can I swear to God, if they ever go back, if anyone remembers the Master episodes, Mac with Martha, and he brought back the essentially all the survivors from the end of the universe as these little floating bastard
faces inside,
and they had the most annoying voices. They were like, "We don't like the bad man." God.
Can I say that was actually the scariest Doctor Who monster for me?
Really?
That was
one of
the fact that it was just
a thing, Michael.
The fact
Weeping
that they
angels are a thing.
No, I wasn't. I'm not scared of them at all.
Really? They terrify me.
Everyone was like, Blink is the scariest thing ever. I watched it and I was like, that was really good episode. And they were like, weren't you scared? No.
Blink didn't scare me. I used to be scare me so much as the ones the Weeping Angel episodes with River Song, the 2-part one.
That one wasn't that bad. I used to be scared of the Weeping Angels until I discovered SCP Foundation and the first monster in that, which is essentially a Weeping Angel, and I was like, well, that kind of... I'm no longer that terrified anymore.
Can I... Yeah. Lucas, were you saying that River Song scared you?
No. Just
I was going to say, that's perfectly understandable, because...
she's just a bit weird.
The quality of her acting is a very scary thing.
Yeah, well, she's meant to be weird, murderous love interest, so...
Yeah, okay. So the new Doctor Who episode was pretty good, although I have no idea what's going on with that ending.
Yeah.
That seems to be some sort of new...
It's their new... We know that ever since the days of Matt Smith, they've liked having overarching plots to go, to start at the beginning of the episode
Christ,
and not be explained till the last thing in an incredibly convoluted series of events which involve going back in time.
It's almost as bad as Guilty Crown, really. But that Matt Smith story arc with his wife,
Guilty Crown.
The thing,
which
arc,
one's this? The Crack or River Song?
No, the River Song arc. It's like that awkward moment when you get shot by your wife in front of your wife, who then proceeds to try to kill your wife while your best friend is off to the side pregnant with your wife.
Oh my god, I didn't realise that.
Can't you get any more convoluted?
No, it's Stephen Moffat's mind.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
Out of interest, did anyone ever see that Karate Kid movie with Jaden Smith?
No.
It's in no way related, but I just want to know because that movie was very interesting.
I don't want to.
I can't take Jaden Smith seriously, babe, because we'll do a film with Will Smith and Jaden Smith in which we make Will Smith, one of the most charismatic actors on the planet, play somebody with no emotions, whilst we have Jaden Smith the main character, so we can make 12-year-old girls scream and come see our film.
No, seriously,
I'm gonna take the ending, the see our film off that, and make it seem real weird there. But no, I like the I hated the Karate Kid movie until someone made it very clear to me that essentially that they were really pleased to see it was a story about how Jaden Smith got flipped upside down when a couple of guys who were up to no you were essentially I can't remember how the song goes, but essentially it's literally like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing. Yeah. Like, he's outside of his school, shooting some people outside of his school, and then a couple of guys who are up to no good started making trouble in his neighborhood. He got in one little fight, and his mom got scared and saying, "You're going to learn kung fu from that maintenance man downstairs." That made that movie bearable. But Jaden Smith's acting is shit.
Yeah. I have no respect for any of Will Smith's children.
No. But the utmost respect for Will Smith.
Will Smith, yes. But
I got something that is relevant. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off. Did anyone ever see Indie Game the movie?
No.
It's shit. Don't watch it. It's terrible.
Oh, controversy.
It's actually
Was
terrible.
that thing they released on Steam?
Yeah, that was free to play. That was about Dota.
All right.
Indie Game the movie, it was supposed to be really good, and I think it probably is to people who don't understand the games industry. But the thing was, it was about 3 games. I think it was about Braid, Fez, and Super Meat Boy. Essentially, the Braid was not interesting at all. It was literally this guy talking for a little while, and then that was it. Super Meat Boy was essentially them talking about how the game essentially came to have its inspiration, which was essentially one of the developers was a weird child, and that no one should ever trust Microsoft when it comes to indie games. And then Fez was essentially Phil Fish bitching about his, if you know the story of Phil Fish and his partner in crime. Essentially, Phil Fish had a partner in the company that essentially owned Fez, and that went to shit. And then essentially the movie, like, I don't care about either of those two. They're both assholes in my opinion, but that's controversial. But it was all one-sided on Phil Fish. They didn't even talk to the other guy. He wasn't allowed in the movie. It was ridiculous. And it was Phil Fish bitching about this guy the entire time. And it's like, Fez, in my opinion, is not even that good a game. And he's essentially just quit. He's quit the industry. You know, he's cancelled Fez 2. And it was a really shit movie.
Just don't bother with it.
And free to play, the movie was essentially a documentary about some Dota players, which, you know, if it's your thing. But I don't.
I can't stand Dota.
I can't play it. I don't mind it as a game. Like, if people want to play it, sure, but I can't play it. I rage quit that game and deleted it.
I didn't even bother. I went, this would require being competent, and that is something beyond my talent threshold.
I kind of enjoyed the tutorial. I was like, oh, I could play, like, if they did the game like they did the tutorial, that'd be quite cool. I'd enjoy that. But then they go, oh yeah, it's just a lane brawler thing with power. It's just like, so it's like a worse top-down version of Awesome Noughts.
But what you gotta remember, Lucas, is Awesome Noughts is a essentially 2D simplified version of MOBAs and Dotas, depending on how you want to say it. Because
Hello?
Did Bradley just cut out?
Bradley did just cut out.
As opposed to you for a...
Yeah.
Is he back?
Hello.
Right.
How much of that did you hear?
You got up to Dotas, depending on how you want to, dead.
Well, I don't know where I got to, but I was bitching about the low-end Dota community.
Yeah, okay, that's probably fair.
Yeah, but I would have enjoyed Dota 2 if they did it like they did the tutorial as the game. That would have been quite good, but no.
No, it makes money. They had their latest tournament was like 10 million in prize money.
Oh god, yeah, that was.
And I believe it's an American sports network that is now going to show Dota on its second channel. I believe.
Really?
I can't remember. Hold on, American. Sport...
Oh yeah, it's ESPN. ESPN.
ESPN. Yeah, on ESPN2 they're going to show Dota, and a bunch of the sports people were like, "It's not a real thing. It's stupid," and we're just like, "Yay!"
I don't think I'll bother.
Oh, exciting news!
I'm not going to watch it, but that's amazing.
Unrelated, exciting news. I just remembered.
Yes.
Civ Beyond Earth
Yes,
has brought its
that is
release
on
date.
my wish list.
It was originally release date the last day of this year, and it's been brought forward to October.
That's good.
Right.
24th of October, which means they decided they didn't want to release it after Christmas because that would affect sales, so they've brought it forward, which means it's going to be buggy as hell.
Yeah, well, who cares?
Civ 5 was buggy as hell on launch, and I believe Civ 4 was as well. We'll have to wait for the first DLC to make it any good,
Yeah.
and we'll have to wait for the patching. They're as bad as Creative Assembly when it comes to like the Total War games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Total War 2
not
was
as bad
just-
as Creative Assembly, but still.
Not as bad as Dice.
Brownie's really good.
Yay,
Battlefield 4
still
was
doesn't
just-
work properly. They're getting there.
And they're releasing a new one, Battlefield Hardline. Yay,
Battlefield
just-
Sorry, I know people have talked about Battlefield Hardline, but that is such a bullshit money grab.
Yeah.
DICE should feel ashamed. That should
I
have
just
been
want to go, hey Dice, Payday exists.
Yeah,
Go
that
away.
should have been the last £20 DLC.
It's a different
for...
thing, though.
No, it should have been the last £20 DLC for Battlefield 4, and it should have, instead of Cops and Robbers, it should have been like third world country military versus terrorist group, because that makes more sense. The fact that the police apparently have miniguns, but that's irrelevant. That game has already been talked about.
Mm.
Yeah,
Stupid.
it's just,
Yeah,
It's-
but on the bright side, I guess they can really utilise the destructibility codes.
Shush.
Okay.
Do not refer to the last podcast.
Oh. Well,
Right, have we run out of things?
I think we're nearing the end.
we may have all talked out.
And it's early in the morning. When it's not.
It's
1
yeah,
o'clock.
it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Shush.
which is the
1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, it is.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
We did this podcast really late.
We've been prepping since 11 p.m.
Yeah,
Haven't had any sleep for 48 hours.
no, it's been unfortunate.
We should have just kept going with that and see if anyone believed it. I don't know.
No one would have believed that, particularly after I said it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then you suddenly
It's
changed
1 o'clock
it.
in the morning in England. Yep, that's how it is.
Oh yeah, and that means I must be in
You're in
like Fiji.
Baghdad.
Yep.
Not
exactly how-
Baghdad. Baghdad is like +5 hours. That's
Shush.
South Africa plus 1 hour somehow.
Is it?
I always find that amazing. South Africa
Ghana
is
is plus 1 hour. I'm pretty sure South Africa isn't.
Yeah,
France
something
is
ridiculous.
+1 hour.
my grandma lives in South Africa. I know what the
France is +1 hour and it's directly south. It's because they didn't do. You know what? They went. Time zones could be straight down like it would actually be, or let's just take it round national borders. Apart from in Russia.
Where it's like, yeah, we're in 11 different time zones. Or America, which are in like,
3.
I don't know, 3,
2,
4.
3. Not 4.
Time zones are the best. Yes.
They are.
Literally,
just-
how can we screw with children and make them not understand what time it is?
Change the time depending on where you are.
Mm.
Yeah, we've got horribly off topic here.
Yeah. Yep. That's about everything we have. Anyone got anything else to talk about?
Michael's holiday beard, which he thinks is cool.
Holiday beard.
Oh.
Michael has holiday beard.
I do have a holiday beard.
I was just like, no. I saw when we went into Canterbury, I was just like, Michael, shave, please.
Oh no, it's grown since then. I've trimmed it and everything.
Oh no. If you can come back to school with a handlebar mustache, everything will be forgiven.
Yeah, you can't do that until next year, unfortunately,
Oh.
as the restrictions go.
Right. Okay. Are we?
Yeah, I think we're done.
Okay.
This has been the Rage Quit podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for
if
listening.
you managed to make it through our hour and a half of rambling.
It's not an hour and a half. It's an
You've
hour
put
and
up with us
20
this
at
long.
most.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
You survived 80 minutes of this.
Michael
You
will
get
have
to
to cut
be
out a
an
lot of
extra.
this.
You get to be an extra in the FMV game we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, can that be a thing? Oh, please. Rage quit the game. That's been the Rage Quit podcast. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
Bye.
Fare thee well, yonder chappies.
Ah!